Try to be enough for everyone but me. Now I'm standing in the silence, wondering who I was trying to be. I kept changing pieces of myself, thinking maybe this version would finally deserve love. Maybe if I worked harder, spoke softer, smiled longer, broke less, people would stay. But no matter how much I gave away, it never felt like enough. I became the person everyone needed, the listener, the fixer, the one who never complained, the one who answered every call, even when I was falling apart, the one who carried everybody else's weight while quietly collapsing under my own. I thought sacrifice would earn acceptance, thought exhaustion was proof that I cared, so I ignored everyone in sight, buried every emotion, convinced myself that my value depended on what I could give away. Until one day I looked around and realized I couldn't find myself anymore. How do you lose yourself without ever leaving? How do you disappear while everybody still sees your face? I tried to be enough, but enough kept moving. Every time I got closer, the finish line disappeared. I tried to be enough for every expectation, every opinion, every impossible standard, until I forgot that I was already human before I tried to become perfect. Failure became personal. Every mistake felt like proof that I wasn't worthy. Every criticism echoed longer than every compliment never could. I collected disappointments like they belonged to me, built my identity around moments I should have learned from, not lived inside. I became my own prosecutor, arguing every case against myself without mercy, without rest, without compassion. And somehow I believed that was motivation, when really it was fear disguised as discipline. The loudest voice was never outside, it was always the one inside me. I try to be enough for people who never asked me to, for expectations I created myself. Oh, I try to be enough until every mirror reflected someone running from exhaustion instead of toward peace. Maybe love was never something I had to earn. Maybe worth was never something I had to prove. Maybe I spent years taking an exam nobody was asking me to take. So I'm learning to stop negotiating with impossible standards, learning that rest isn't failure, learning that mistakes don't erase progress, learning that honesty is stronger than pretending, learning that healing isn't becoming someone else, is finally allowing myself to become who fear kept interrupting. Some days I still hear that old voice telling me work harder, do more, be better, never stop. But now there's another voice, quieter, steadier, reminding me that surviving was never something I needed to apologize for. I try to be enough, I'm learning that enough was never perfection. Enough was showing up, enough was getting back up, enough was choosing hope when fear felt easier. I tried to be enough, and maybe for the first time I'm beginning to understand I always was. I just couldn't hear it over the noise. If I could speak to every version of myself that believed love had to be earned, I'd say this: you don't have to become someone impossible to deserve peace. You don't have to carry the whole world to matter. You don't have to hide your broken pieces to be worthy, because the strongest people are the ones who never fall. They're the ones who stop measuring their worth by how perfectly they stand. I carried expectations like they were part of my identity, measured every morning against impossible standards, If I wasn't improving, I convinced myself I was failing. If I wasn't achieving, I believed I was disappearing. I spent so much time trying to become valuable that I forgot value isn't something you manufacture, it's something you recognize. After you stop comparing every chapter of your life to somebody else's highlight reel. Nobody warned me that comparison could become an addiction. One victory never felt like enough, because another benchmark was already waiting. The finish line kept moving, because I was the one moving it. I tried to be enough for dreams I barely understood, for voices that were mine, for approval that never lasted. I tried to be enough until every success began feeling temporary, and every setback started feeling permanent. There were days I couldn't recognize the sound of my own thoughts. Everything felt borrowed, opinions, goals, expectations, definitions. Somewhere along the way I confused performance with purpose, and productivity with peace. I believe slowing down meant falling behind, so I never stopped running. Even when every step started hurting, I smiled through exhaustion, because admitting weakness felt more frightening than pretending strength. Looking back now, I wasn't protecting my reputation, I was protecting my fear from being questioned. I remember nights where the room felt smaller, not because the walls moved, but because the pressure did. Every unanswered question became another brick, every regret another layer, until breathing started feeling heavy. I kept asking myself, what if I fail? Never realizing I had already survived things I once believed would completely destroy me. Maybe resilience doesn't announce itself, maybe it quietly grows inside ordinary days when nobody's watching. Maybe courage looks less like confidence and more like refusing to surrender. Strength isn't always loud, sometimes it whispers, try again. I try to be enough for a version of perfection that never truly existed. I chased an illusion until I nearly lost myself. I tried to be enough, now I'm learning. Peace grows faster where comparison ends. If I could erase one belief from my past, it wouldn't be fear or failure, it would be the idea that love must be earned, because that belief changed every decision, every relationship, every expectation, every conversation. It made me apologize for taking up space, it made me question every act of kindness. It made me wonder whether I deserve the things I was freely given. And that's a heavy weight to live. Healing hasn't been dramatic, no single breakthrough, no perfect morning, no magical ending, just hundreds of small choices to keep moving, to tell myself the truth instead of repeating old lies, to forgive mistakes instead of collecting them, to rest without calling myself lazy, to hope without demanding certainty. Some days I still stumble, some days I still listen to voices that don't deserve authority, but they don't decide who I become anymore. I've learned thoughts can't exist without becoming command. Fear can't speak without becoming my future. Pain can visit without becoming my identity. I tried to be enough, now I see enough was never about perfection, it was about persistence. Enough was choosing to keep showing up when everything inside me wanted to disappear. Enough was surviving, enough was growing, enough was becoming the person fear kept trying to convince me I'd never be. Maybe I'll never have every answer, maybe doubts will still visit, maybe difficult seasons will still arrive, but I don't need a perfect future to appreciate the person I'm becoming today. Because after everything, I finally stopped asking whether I'm enough and started asking a better question: what kind of person do I want to become? That question changed my life far more than perfection ever could.